SummerSlam has just included. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Troy Yeager, and I'm back again, guys, with another one. Back again with another lit video, and today we gotta talk about both nights of SummerSlam. Initially, I was supposed to do this whole thing where after night one, I was gonna post a video, and after night two, I was gonna post a video again, but the situation that I got myself in, actually the situation of where I live, actually just had to. You know what, I'm gonna have to do both nights on one video, you know, just to make it more simple, because it wouldn't make sense for me to post again, you know, double upload, even though I would do that. But hey, it's neither here nor there. We gotta talk about night one and night two of SummerSlam. Night two just concluded, and I must say this, that main event, chef's fucking kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta talk things out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Let's go. Kicking things off with night one, the starting matchup between Liv Morgan and Io Sky. Liv Morgan defending her Women's World Championship against Io Sky. I will say this was a banger match. I will not lie. As much as I've had my criticism with Liv Morgan's title reign, even though this was literally her first title defense, Triple H, you absolute fraud. But I kid you not, this was a banger match. But obviously, typical Judgment Day shenanigans. Raquel and Roxanne interfere in the match. I still don't know when they're gonna do that whole thing where they're gonna separate, you know, the breakup eventually, you know, with Raquel, you know, trying to defend Roxanne is actually the one who's gonna do that. But hey, I'm gonna have to wait it out. If the story is Liv Morgan getting dethroned by Roxanne, I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? And Roxanne for Money in the Bank, I'm here for it. But Io Sky also proved she was also great, as obvious. She's one of the best wrestlers in the world today. Where does she go from here? Liv Morgan actually ended up retaining her Women's World title, surprisingly so. But hey, man, I can't hate on it. But hey, I can't hate on it. But actually, I actually can. But you know, because Triple H has given me no reason to care about neither of the Women's World titles right now. Io Sky would have been a welcome addition to win the match, but hey, it's not in the here nor there. Liv Morgan retains the Women's World Champion. Where does she go from here? I guess they'll probably start the breakup of the Judgment Day from here. You know what I'm saying, though. But yeah, neither here nor there. We'll just get into it. We move on. Second match of the night. We have the bloodline of Jimmy and Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu going up against LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and a debuting in SummerSlam, Royce Keys. This was a great match, you know what I'm saying? This was a very entertaining, short and precise, straight to the T, you know what I'm saying, though. It was absolutely great six-man tag match. Obviously, the main guy of the moment was Solo Sikoa. You know, I feel like as if Solo Sikoa is going to have that moment one day, you know what I'm saying, though. As much as the moment might not come now, but hey, man, he did his thing in this match, and it was absolutely great stuff, man. Great stuff. LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys ended up getting the win over the Bloodline. We'll see how that fares with the Bloodline, because, you know, Jey Uso was the one that took the pin. Where this is gonna end up, I do not know, but get LA Knight out of this Bloodline vortex, please. I'm begging you, get him out of the vortex, please. Man, moving on. Next up, we have another banger of a match between Gunther and Nick Aldis, a debuting Nick Aldis, his first debut match on a big PLE at SummerSlam. The nerves were there. If you guys saw the Chris Van Vliet interview, you could obviously tell that Nick Aldis was very nervous about this match. But if you guys know Nick Aldis, you guys know his wrestling history, hey man, you guys know that he was bound to have a banger with Gunther, man. I didn't have my doubts, you know what I'm saying? He did absolutely great in this match. The story behind it was obviously, you know, Gunther trying to come after Nick Aldis's family. His wife, Mickie James, and his son were there by ringside, and yeah, man. But Nick Aldis did his thing. He defended his honor against Gunther. But at the end of the day, the ring general was just simply too much for Nick Aldis and ended up tapping out to the ring general in the sleeper hold. But this is an absolutely great showing by Nick Aldis. Also, after the match, after the show actually ended, he actually got reinstated back to being a SmackDown general manager, which is okay, which is cool. But I thought that, you know, this was gonna be something to build, Nick Aldis as a wrestler. But I do understand why that had to be, maybe Nick just wanted to prove that he can actually still go, and he actually proved it, man. He proved in this match, and I'm super, super proud of Nick Aldis and what he'd be able to achieve in that match, man. But hey, what Gunther did after SummerSlam Night 1, hey, man, we'll talk about it. Coming up next, we have the Fatal Influence making their that's a mouthful. Their SummerSlam debut against Nikki and Brie Bella versus Ann Page. I don't have a lot to critique. I don't wanna like be negative, you know what I'm saying, though. But I couldn't care less of this match. I'm not gonna lie to you. Fatal Influence picked up the win, which is very much of a good decision, because you gotta have the new generation take the dub over here. But the real story is what happened after the match. I guess we gotta heel Bellas again. They turned on Paige, and yeah, that was something. But yeah, we move on. Up next, it is the co-main event. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes coming out in absolutely, I'm not gonna lie, banger entrance, Street Fighter entrance. As you guys know, he's gonna be starring in the Street Fighters movie as Guile. I don't know how he's gonna bolt well with a character like Guile, but hey, we'll just see. But it was a banger entrance, both CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. This was a big time matchup. You could feel it was a big time matchup. You know what I'm saying, though? As usual, these guys had a very good match, but I have my critiques about it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like as if, I don't know why, I just couldn't feel that this match was, I don't know, maybe that's just me, or maybe they just didn't hit that third gear, you know what I'm saying? Because I know with these two, man, I feel like as if we should have gotten a whole lot more, but I feel like it's more on Cody's side, because I don't know, man, I feel like as if Cody has just been super complacent, man, ever since he finished the story. He's just gotten, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe he's just gotten way too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe that I'm not hating, but I'm just saying. He maybe just got too comfortable. But within the climax of the match, my boy, Randy Keith Orton. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Randy Orton has returned, hit the RKO on Cody Rhodes, and it seemingly helped out CM Punk capitalize and hit the GTS for CM Punk to retain the title. Absolutely good decision. I could not handle whether Cody Rhodes was a heel or a babyface. I could not handle him winning a fourth world title in like a year from now. In like a year. This would have been like his second or third world title in a year. That is ridiculous. But I'm really glad that WWE went to this direction. Please get Cody away from the title for the meantime. Please let him have this feud with Randy Orton. They could actually tell a very good story minus the Pat McAfee, minus the Jelly Roll. Please. Then CM Punk can defend his title in he can defend his title against a new competitor. You know what I'm saying? But that new competitor, hey, we'll talk about it. We'll talk. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now the main event. Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi, a legacy-defining match for your boy Obafemi. Now, this was a win situation. Obafemi could not afford to lose this one. You know what I'm saying? No, I was not going to accept a loss of any kind. And I'm glad. This was this was a good Hell in a Cell match. You know what I'm saying, though? If y'all thought that Brock Lesnar was going to go 20 minutes in a Hell in a Cell match, then y'all kid yourselves. Because I literally expected nothing less from this, you know what I'm saying? No, but it was a good match. I mean, they barely used any weapons and whatnot, but hey, it served its purpose, you know what I'm saying? It got Oba the rub as intended. Obafemi ended up winning the match as rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. Then Brock Lesnar, in a very unscripted promo, gave praise to Obafemi after the match, telling him that he is now the future of the WWE. And I kid you not, man, that was W Brock. That was W Brock. And that concluded night one of SummerSlam. Overall, this was a very good night one. You know what I'm saying though? It had a lot of ups. You know what I'm saying though? It was actually not a lot of downs. The only downside was just the Bellas and Paige situation. But I'll mind it. You know what I'm saying though? I'll mind it. But yeah, man, we move on to night 2, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're in SummerSlam night 2, ladies and gentlemen, and this, I kid you not, man. Sometimes night 1, it's kind of unfair, man. This is so unfair, but hey, night 2, I kid you not, night 2 was kind of, but you know what? I feel like as if night 1 simply just had a lot going, you know what I'm saying? A few things was just great about night 1, but night 2, Night 2, ladies and gentlemen, we kick things off with the undisputed WWE Championship #1 contenders match, which we initially thought was going to be a one-on-one match. Finn Balor, Sami Zayn. Then Nick Aldis arrived, now reinstated as the SmackDown General Manager, and announced that it will now be a triple threat match for what we thought was going to be a triple threat match. Gunther added into the match, and just as we thought we were about to get this match, no, Nick Aldis said, no, this will now be a fatal 4-way match. The conspiracies against Sami Zayn, I'm starting to see it, bro. I'm starting to see it. Somebody don't like Sami Zayn, because why on earth would you enter in Kevin Owens? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Owens has returned to the WWE after 17 months after a career-threatening neck injury. May I remind y'all that this is a neck injury we're talking about? The same neck injury that got Edge out of action for 9 years. Kevin Owens just randomly returned after 17 months. This nigga is beast, bro. This nigga is beast. Kevin Owens has officially returned to the WWE and entered the #1 contenders match. And off rip, Kevin Owens just showed he didn't show any ring rust at all. You just went in there and just went AWOL on everybody, man. And I felt bad. I felt bad for Finn Balor, but I feel like as if there's just, let me not give up yet. You know what I'm saying? Let me not give up, because I know there's a reason why. Because thankfully, Finn didn't take the pin. Because if Finn took the pin, then that would have been it for Balor Club, man. Yeah, but this was a great fatal 4-way match. What a way to kick off SummerSlam. Kevin Owens ended up getting the win and getting the #1 contendership match. He's now the new #1 contender for the Undisputed World title. Kevin Owens versus CM Punk. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in for cinema now, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for cinema now. I kid you not, man. This is going to be a banger, bro. But I also will like, I'm going to appreciate the story they're also going to tell here with Sami Zayn being involved now between CM Punk and Kevin Owens. And it's going to be good, man. It's going to be good stuff. But we move on. Up next, it is the United States Championship match between Baron Corbin and Trick Williams. And I will say this, I'm not even going to waste my breath on this, but Mellow, man. You have Fraxium, you have Rey Fenix, you have Ilya. Where's Ilya even? I'm not even going to go there, man, with Ilya, bro. But you put the title on Baron Corbin. Why? I'm not even getting to the match. It is just how you suspect a Trick Williams and Baron Corbin match would go. You know what I'm saying, though? But wow, bro. Baron Corbin. Bro, I'm not even gonna go there, man. We move on. Baron Corbin wins the United States Champion, whatever. We move on. We now move on to the interim WWE Women's Championship ladder match. Chelsea Green, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, and Lash Legend all competing to become the temporary WWE Women's I'm sorry, I had to. That's what it means, people. Look it up. But yeah, man, this was a very good ladder match. You know what I'm saying? No, not as crazy as previous ladder matches you've seen that women's all involved and all that stuff. But yeah, man, a lot of spots that were taken in this match. A lot of painful spots. I mean, that Tiffany Stratton Lash Legend spot with the ladder. Holy shit, dog. I hope Tiffany's all right, man. But my two favorites, man. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. My favorite to win that match was Charlotte Flair, because quite frankly, I would very much love and appreciate a Charlotte Flair Rhea Ripley match. especially for the undisputed who's the undisputed women's champion, I would very much appreciate that. But no, this company hits a swerve on me and crowns Chelsea Green as the new interim women's world champion. I'm like, yo, what? Nah, I kid you not, man. That's pretty fire. That's pretty fire, bro. A lot of people are gonna hate this, you know what I'm saying, because none of the people take Chelsea Green seriously. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was also on that train, you know, because you know Triple H, bro. They're just gonna end up feeding her to Rhea Ripley. You know what I'm saying, though. But hey, man, in the moment, let's just enjoy it. Because there's one thing this one dude in particular in my group chat used to say. He said something about maybe this could be an experiment. You know, maybe they could hot pocket the title around. And hey, man, maybe it might work, but we'll just see, man. Maybe everything might, but I'm not having my high hopes here. But Chelsea Green ends up becoming the new interim women's world champion. Wow, man. Like, seriously, to all the Chelsea Green fans, y'all are up, man. Y'all are up. Pledge allegiance, man. Pledge allegiance. After all the shit that woman had to go through, man. After all, literally management not backing her into being a women's world champion. And now she's finally done it. She even added insult to injury by dedicating that win to Michael Hayes, bro. If you know, you know, bro. It's big fuck Michael Hayes in this chat. You know what I'm saying? No? But yeah, man, absolutely great stuff. Congratulations to Chelsea Green, man. She's absolutely deserves it, man. After all the stuff that she's been through, she really deserves it, man. Up next, it is the Human Monies on a Pole match between Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio. Up next, it is the Intercontinental Championship match, Chad Gable versus Penta, and I will say this was a must-win for Chad Gable, man. If not, then this dude is gonna go back to being El Grande Americano. This was a must-win matchup for him, man. Coming out to his hometown of Minnesota, donning the Minnesota Vikings colors, you know, it was bound to happen, bro. Penta, I love Penta, man. He has been an absolutely great Intercontinental Champion. Probably the best champion of 2026 by bar none, bro. Best champion. And as you can suspect, these two had a bar burner of a matchup, man. This was 11 minutes of just absolute chops, ankle holds, you know what I'm saying, ankle locks here and there. And at the end of the day, man, Chad Gable. Where are my Gable graps? You know what I'm saying? Chad Gable wins the Intercontinental Champion, his first singles title since in WWE, and I kid you not, man, well deserved. Celebrated with his whole family there. It was just a beautiful moment, man. Absolutely beautiful moment, and I hope that this will actually lead to bigger and better things for Chad Gable. Potentially a world title along the road. You know what I'm saying? Because quite frankly, we need new faces in the world title scene, bros. We need new faces, and Chad Gable can fit the bill. Just let him cook with the IC title and just let him prove to y'all he can actually carry a whole division on his back, bro. Because he's about to go crazy with the IC title. Congratulations to Chad Gable. We're moving on to the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 years of animosity has now come down to this. The infamous chair shot, WrestleMania 40, the Royal Rumble 2022. Everything has now led up to this. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. And I kid you not, this was an absolutely beautiful storytelling match, bro. A little dragged out, you know, I can definitely see by a lot of people saying this was a little dragged out, but I felt like as if it was kind of perfectly dragged out, you know what I'm saying, though? I know that's crazy to say, but I felt the story here, you know what I'm saying? I felt the story that they were telling here. This was an absolutely great match. The referee giving both of these guys leeway throughout the entire match. Seth Rollins hitting Roman Reigns with one of those what are those things? The things that those zip ties, those zip tied poles and all that stuff. Why is it that every Roman Reigns match just breaks logic in of itself? It's no rules in a Roman Reigns match. Same thing happened this year with CM Punk when he hit him with the steel steps, and then the same thing in this match. I'm like, you know what? Let them wild out. Let them wild out. But ladies and gentlemen, this match was just basically a Shield lore match because everything was just going crazy, man. Michael Cole calling out all the Shield spots. the Shield chair, the Shield bomb, and all that stuff. But man, these two went AWOL, man. There was also a very dramatic moment in the match where both Seth and Roman had the chair. Seth pulled out the chair first. Roman Reigns capitalized. It was looking to be in a moment of moment of weakness for Roman, because quite frankly, the whole reason why he's not undisputed champion even today was because of the chair shot that he took on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40. So Roman Reigns thought about it and he matured. Finally, after years of just animosity, he lets go of the demons of his past, throws the chair and has Roman and tells Seth that we're gonna finish this like men, and that they did. Roman Reigns and Seth just went out and just delivered a beautiful masterclass in storytelling and an overall matchup. These two can never have a bad match. I kid you not. And Roman Reigns ended up capitalizing 3 spears. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Absolutely great match. Phenomenal match. Will I say this is better than the Roman and Punk match? Will I say, you know what? I will say this. This was better than CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. This is the better main event overall. You know what I'm saying, though? This was the better main event overall. And, to end it off, the beautiful tribute to Jon Moxley. They both shield bumped in the end. And, man, that was beautiful, man. That was beautiful stuff. Overall, what will I will say about this? Night 1, I felt like had a... You know what? It's kind of hard, actually. I can't really tell which one was the better night overall, because they were equal. You know what I'm saying? They both had their bad moments. It was kind of I felt like as if night 2 had outweighed night 1 in terms of, you know, the lows. You know what I'm saying? The Baron Corbin and the Human Monies on the pole match. I'm not reviewing that shit. And but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Though it was a great night for WWE. Great night overall. But man, I feel like this was a big reset on the whole WWE. Let's just see where it goes from here. But hey man, we'll just have to see, man. WWE, y'all might be. I'm joking. I know this company's gonna go back to being a fuckery afterwards, but hey, we'll just have to see, man. It has been your boy Troy Yeager. This has been the SummerSlam preview, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Deuces.